It's over. Gaming is dead. Shooters gone. Well, that's it. If you guys don't actually watch so much of my stream, you probably don't watch over twitch.tv/ottr. You might know that I play mainly shooters and Apex Legends, and with Corona, there's been a lot of cheats and aimbotters in general, just terrible people appearing on these servers. It's always been a bit of a problem, but it really has escalated. And recently I just saw this video about FPS games, or basically just says FPS games are about to die. It's basically homeless, and there's a new cheating software which is machine learning, and this is allegedly impossible to detect. So this might just end up change the entire way cheats work. This on its own might be enough to kill shooters. So this is something I just wanted to watch. I haven't watched this video myself yet, and I just wanted to give you guys like my live reaction, my live take on this. And before anyone comments about the hair, I just came from the beach. This is the sea salt in the sea. So let's not talk about that. And let's just jump straight into it, because I'm really curious what he has to say, and even had text apparently. So let's just go.
Click into the game, and I'm not touching the mouse right now.
Oh, dang.
So if it's got a plus on it, it's identified that as a target.
Dude.
Damn.
I've recently seen an article about a new machine learning hack and how they work on any console, any platform, undetectable, powered by AI. There's videos of it working, going viral on Twitter. Every gaming news company has an article on it, and this immediately had all of my attention. It's bad. So everyone kind of gets that these hacks are a big deal, but I'm not sure the magnitude of what these hacks entail is really understood, or what it means for the FPS genre as a whole. In just a few days that it's taken me to edit this video, Activision has scrubbed the internet of these files. That in itself testifies to the threat this technology has on the industry. More on this at the end of the video. I wanted to get my hands on the files themselves to see if I could go through
That's a lot of
find
numbers.
out if what I thought was happening. And I found out. Through some connections, I sourced the files. At the time of recording this video, based on what I can see where it's originating from, there's only about 500 people utilizing these right now. But if there's anything we know about the internet, it's about to spread like wildfire.
It's not wrong, dude. You make a video about it, keep making tweets about it, everyone's just gonna know about it. Nobody really watches my videos, so this is not really gonna make anyone watch it. But
the internet combined with undetectable hacks that work on any console and any game. I mean, if you thought FPS games were dry right now, bruh, it's about to get wild out there. You might be just like, oh, this is aimbot. I've seen aimbot before. Let me explain why these are different. This type of hack is only possible in recent years, like with the computing power we have now. It's not detectable. It's not stoppable by any realistic means. The entire FPS...
Completely unrelated, but I really like his glasses. I don't think I'll be able to pull them off. They just look really good. I just wanted to put it out there.
Really hard. A standard aimbot works by intruding upon the game file to get the player's location and snap the target. You know where they are. You can spectate someone and see this person's hacking, right? It's not hard to tell that
it's not cheating. Nobody's cheating in Apex Legends. What do you mean?
And aside from that, because it's using the game files themselves, you got things like BattleEye, Valorant Vanguard. Now, these hacks are still plaguing games like Rainbow Six Siege, Warzone, PUBG. I mean, they're unplayable at times, but a majority of the time, you'll still be able to play and have some decent fun. I'm here to... PUBG's never playable anymore. You can't. All that's left in PUBG is what is going to be the entire FPS genre. They give you a terrible experience, and overall, the player stops playing the game, moves on to something else.
That's Apex right now.
So let me break.
Just saying already, like, Apex is like almost unplayable right now. Like, if you go play ranked, I think over Masters, Diamonds is kind of bad, but if you play over Masters, at least in the EU, we have like 1 to 5 hackers, cheaters, aimbots of any type. Well, I would only know the aimbots in every game. So Apex is already like all the way down to PUBG territory. I used to play PUBG and I don't anymore.
And how this new machine learning AI hack works to help you understand why I'm being so dramatic about this.
I actually think I have an idea how it works. He's just pretending to be the user, but I want to see if I'm right. Okay, guys, let me know in the comments before he explains how this works. So I have a theory that the way it's gonna work is basically it will scan what's going on the screen, and then it will react based on that. So it won't inject into the code, but instead it's pretending to be the player in a whole different way. So it reads what's going on the screen and other stuff, and then, you know, it gives the inputs, which is why it works on any console or PC or whatever. That's my theory. What's your theory in the comments? or let me know your theory in the comments. And yeah, let's just
mouse one and
see what it
snaps
is.
to target and kills them, or even just snaps to target as soon as they're in view and kills them without you doing much at all. These have the deception of making you feel like you're actually good at the game, which is a whole nother video in itself of how dangerous these are. It's like an ultra aim assist and can be fine-tuned to be as hacky as you want. It can be snap to target and kill them in 50 milliseconds, or it can be just assisted enough to where you're probably going to win the gun battle unless the other person is just cracked out of their mind. So these work by actually looking at what's happening on your screen via a capture card, and then deciding where the enemies are on your screen, and then inputting movement based on where the enemies are and shooting them for you. Because of the way they
that kind of looks like it kind of looks like, I don't know if you've seen it. Have you seen like the examples of Shiv? You're gonna have to pull this up for me, man. I trust in you. But there's some videos out there, and I've seen like how cameras sort of identify. They're kind of good, but in some cases really bad. You have these automatic driving vehicles and whatever. It basically just these squares. It literally looks the same as the clip he's showing in the video, and these are not perfect. So I don't know how good the cheat's gonna be. But yeah, knowing cheat, it's a lot easier to, you know, implement a cheat because there's just way less variables. Like when you're in a game environment, you gotta know what you're seeing, and that's not really gonna change. Everything's always gonna look the same with little variation, as opposed to what's going on the road. You know, you never know.
Capture card. You can run it on a totally different system. So I've got a 2 PC setup here. I could be playing Valorant on my gaming PC. My capture card that goes through to watch my stream is twitch.tv/basically homeless. It uses that information and an NVIDIA capture card to scan what's happening on the screen. It does that with Python, which I've been using a lot recently in a lot of my other videos. So you've got your capture card in Python running on another computer, scanning where the enemies are, and then it uses a device called a Titan 2 to then take that information and input into the game however it sees fit. This device, all it does is confuses the computer into thinking it's a controller, and that's not detectable because of the nature of how it runs on another system and then inputs through this. When I plug this into the computer with the settings that I want, it shows up as an HID device, which is then able to put in... Dude, this
reminds me of a SIM adapter. You can already do this for if you want aim assist on Apex Legends in your PC, you can do this as well using mouse and keyboard.
It's crazy. An HID device is a human interface device. And so you've got a computer using human interface device. Bruh. It's like Skynet levels of hacks for FPS games. The best way to put it is like, imagine I'm sitting here gaming, but then it's not me. It's literally a computer looking at my screen, holding the mouse, and gaming, but at inhuman levels of gaming. You see what I'm saying? I'm going through all these articles, and it doesn't...
Why aren't you editing like this?
Doesn't look like they understand the magnitude of
you feel call out?
Except for one guy. Freaking one guy. Steven, man. Look at this guy, Steven. They don't reside on the host machine, like we've said. It's running on a different system completely than the game's running on, so you can't detect that. It works on any game because it detects, like, if there's a character running around that looks like an enemy, it can learn what the enemies look like and pick them out of your screen better than you can. Better than any human would be able to. You can detect if the computer has a capture card, right? But then you can't just ban everyone that has a capture card. I mean, Valorant Vanguard cannot detect this. Your favorite streamer could be using this right now and not get banned for it. And because it doesn't...
He's lying.
Just snap to target, it uses an aim...
Don't listen to him.
You can't see that. From a viewer standpoint, it just looks like whoever's using it is insane at the game. So it's not impossible to detect it, right? If I was standing over your shoulder, I could view and see that you're using it, obviously.
I wonder if this is the type of stuff Cookly used, except they got back banned, so probably not.
You can't. Battle Eye representative, one for each household. No, that's just not. So it's possible, not probable at all. So how do you detect this? There is research to show that a machine learning anti-cheat could detect the small, minute movements that make this inhuman. A machine learning anti-cheat that's running on everyone's system. But keep in mind, that is gamers trusting in big companies like Activision and Ubisoft to develop a machine learning anti-cheat that counters this one.
I'll already tell you guys, Respawn and EA is not going to do anything about this. They're just going to throw their hands up in there and say, yeah, so the thieves broke into our cafe and they decided that the machine learning, they just let the machine learning win. So I don't...
in a timely fashion that makes them zero money for the benefit of
Exactly.
the player's experience. I can't even say it with a straight face. Do you want to take resources away from everything that makes you money and microtransactions and skins and stuff so that more people will have fun? That's why this is such a big deal. And I don't know what happens if every game has a huge number of players using a capture card and a device. Like, what happens when everyone's hacking? It's just a big hack off. It's just a big hack off. What do you do? What do you do if it's a big hack off? All I'm saying is that throughout gaming history, we haven't really been able to count on the AAA gaming companies to look out for what's best for the player. It's gonna be bad. This is gonna be bad.
I generally think that his title and my title that I will be using for this video is actually going to be extremely accurate. He says FPS games are about to die. And he's not lying. Yeah, let me know in the comments what you guys think about that. But I genuinely think that this is not good. This is terrible. Because if this rolls out and becomes mainstream, like he says, like I say, shooters will die. You know, as a first person shooter streamer, my job is probably gonna be gone unless I get cheat. So it's gonna be a little bit difficult. And I think, like he says, I don't think a company like EA, Activision, Blizzard, none of these companies will invest into the anti-cheat because they do not care. It doesn't make them money. Maybe if we are in an environment where you have to invest into the anti-cheat to get people to play your game, then they might invest into it. But there's no straight up, like, there's no correlation between player enjoyment and making money, apparently. It's more, they would rather just keep making really bad skins and selling this. And this applies to almost every game out there. So I'm not really talking specifically about Respawn Entertainment owned by EA. But I still think that this could be the catalyst that either just puts the final nail in the coffin for shooters, because most shooters are dying. They're plagued by cheaters, especially during this pandemic. And I also think that this could go the other way. And if every developer, for some reason, decides to either get a golden heart or to realize what's going to happen to their investments, maybe they'll square up and they'll figure this out and fix it along with other cheats. Maybe you just have to destroy all of gaming in order to actually save gaming. I'm just going with suggestions, but let me know what you guys think in the comments. If you enjoyed the video, smash the like, subscribe, check out Basically Homeless. This is a really good video. Drop me a like, just bring it to your attention or something. I don't know, but I'll see you guys tomorrow. Take it easy. Peace out.